20 most dominant athletes of the last 20 years. We will reveal that list and respectfully make cases for some folks who didn't make it. But first, a story that transcends basketball and March Madness. Jeremy?
That's right, Lisa. Later today, Purdue, the #2 seed in the East region, takes on Butler with a berth in the Sweet 16 on the line. But the Boilermakers will be without senior center Isaac Haas. Friday, in a 26-point win against Cal State Fullerton, he had 9 points and 10 rebounds before being injured. Kate Fagan now with the story of this big man who takes just as seriously his role as a big brother.
It's senior night at Purdue University. The final home game for big man Isaac Haas.
Goes inside, nice catch by Haas and an easy layup. Give and go, and a tremendous dunk by Haas.
The 7-2 center leads the Boilermakers to a 24-point win over Minnesota. But his most impactful moment of the night comes after the game.
Accompanied by his parents, Rachel and Danny Haas, please welcome from Oaks Bluff, Alabama, number 44, Isaac Haas.
I want to thank my family just for always, for supporting me when we had some really tough times. And lastly, I just want to thank everybody in the community for helping my sister.
Oaks Bluff, Alabama, an hour northeast of Birmingham. It's a one-stoplight town of about 4,000. It's also where Isaac Haas was born.
I kind of knew he would be big, but at 2, they say double the height at 2. So that's kind of what we were saying. We thought he'd be between 6'9" and 6'10".
I was thinking, this is gonna be great. He's gonna be a defensive end somewhere. And I had one of my best friends, he said, he's gonna be 7 feet tall, Danny.
When Isaac was 4, he became a big brother.
Mom finally came out holding Aaron, and I was just so excited to have a baby sister.
He loved her. He was so excited for her to come. He did not want to be an only child anymore. He used to lay on the floor and read to her and hold her hand and needed to be near her all the time, and especially when she didn't feel good.
And that started when his sister was 3 months old.
It was mother's instinct, I call it, because she woke from dead asleep and knew something was wrong.
I had seen a seizure before, so I knew immediately what it was, and we took her to the emergency room.
2 days later, doctors diagnosed Aaron with epilepsy, a neurological disorder that disrupts cell activity in the brain, which causes seizures. Treatment can help, but there is no cure.
When you get told that something's wrong with your sister and she's probably going to have it for the rest of her life, it just kind of impacts you, I was worried for her because I didn't understand what it meant.
Doctors eventually concluded Aaron's case was a severe form of the disorder, intractable epilepsy. As seen in this medical video, any sudden change in Aaron's environment, specifically loud noises, can cause a seizure. sometimes as many as 200 a day.
The most surprising thing that caused the seizure was leaving a warm house and going out into the cold.
What's your name?
That was a really low time for me. When I realized that it was that sensitive, you know.
Where'd you get that bicycle? Brand new.
Isaac's mother stayed home to care for Aaron, whose epilepsy led to a learning disability and a speech impairment. Isaac's father, a police officer, had to take additional jobs to make ends meet. That meant Isaac, who was beginning to excel at sports, had to be more than a big brother.
He sort of took on kind of a parental role with her. You know, when we weren't around, he was in charge and he was the one helping her and making sure she was safe.
Don't let me be you, Aaron.
I realized that she needed me. She needed me to be a protector, and she needed me to be there for her.
When he was a kid and you were a kid, what types of stuff would you do?
Isaac got a Thomas the choo-choo train set, so I guess I played with him a little bit with him.
By high school, Isaac had grown to 7 feet tall and was physically dominating on the basketball court.
Come on, Aaron.
But his sister was a different story. Every day was a physical struggle.
Be nice, you're on camera.
The repeated seizures causing her to lose control of her body.
She was hitting the ground so hard with her face. We were at doctor's care twice a week for stitches, broken wrists, broken legs. She was tearing herself up.
The worst moment I wasn't there for. I was working, and she had a seizure and almost tore her nose completely off.
I definitely cannot relate to what she goes through. I don't think anybody can. She is in constant danger.
Come on, just walk.
And so when Isaac's sister was 11, she underwent the first of 3 separate brain surgeries with the hopes of better managing her condition.
Isaac was very busy, but he would come 3-4 days a week to the hospital and sit with her and play with her and bring her things. Just anything he could do to brighten her day.
I just want her to be safe. She knows that she can talk to me, and she knows I'll listen and I won't criticize her or anything. I'll just listen.
No medications, no diets, no surgeries have worked to stop her seizures. They've eased and they've changed, but they've never stopped.
When he wasn't by his sister's side, Isaac was on the basketball court. By his senior year of high school, he was all-state and a top 100 recruit. Division I schools took notice, including a top-tier program 600 miles away.
He just explained the struggles. I think that was more than anything, what she has to go through and how he wanted to be an NBA guy. He wanted to be a pro and take care of her, and I thought that was, pretty cool.
Were you nervous leaving home, knowing your sister's situation?
Yeah, I was nervous. I knew that Aaron wasn't going to have somebody there, after school, and I didn't like that very much at all.
Isaac arrived on the Purdue campus in the fall of 2013. He made sure to never be more than a click away from his sister.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey.
What'd you do today?
I just went to school and hung out for a little while.
Yeah, you hung out, you didn't learn anything?
Just talking to him if she is agitated or if she's had a bad day. Few people can soothe her like Isaac does.
You have a good day at school tomorrow, all right?
Okay.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Isaac's parents typically watch his games in their living room.
Oh,
Oh, he almost had a steal right behind it.
But his sister, because loud noises can trigger seizures, watches games alone in the quiet of her brother's room.
The long pass inbounds. Haas with the catch. Haas the fadeaway. No!
And Ohio State is the leader in the Big Ten Conference with 3 weeks to play. They knock off Purdue 60.
What is it like for you when you're around and your sister does have a seizure?
Well, when she does, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's tough. I remember when she stayed up here with me, just me and her. She had one, and it kind of scared me because I was like the only one there. I hadn't been in that situation in a long time. She was on the floor, and I just put a pillow under her head, and I just sat next to her, and I was just like, hey, it's gonna be all right.
Isaac's sister's struggles continued into his junior year at Purdue. That's when he came up with an idea.
We knew that a dog would help big time, but we also knew that we didn't have the money for it because those seizure dogs are expensive. You know, it takes a lot of training, you know, outside in your own home with the trainer there, and it's just really expensive.
And so last May, after clearing it with the NCAA, Isaac set up a GoFundMe page, hoping to raise the $20,000 they would need.
I couldn't believe the response. I mean, there were small donations and there were gigantic donations and everything in between, and it was astounding.
With the help of the Purdue community, Isaac reached his goal in less than 3 days. Aaron had a new companion, a support dog named Nick.
It means a different life for Erin. It means that she can be in public and not be as worried about what's going on. She focuses on Nick.
Whenever it senses her starting to tense up, feel that stress and anxiety, feel the trigger points in her brain, dog's unbelievable, but he'll just come over and just set his head on her shoulder and just kind of nudge her and just keep nudging her. And then she knows that, you know, she's just got to calm down or she's got to get somewhere safe.
Which brings us back to senior night at Purdue. February 25th, 2018. Isaac Haas's final home game. His sister Erin is there.
I'll go to a rail and hold on to it. When the buzzer or something goes off, I can squeeze that rail.
Whips a pass and a dunk by Haas.
Isaac helps lead Purdue to a 24-point win over Minnesota. But the highlight of the night comes after the game.
Please welcome a senior, number 44, Isaac Haas.
I just want to thank everybody in the community for helping my sister. You have no idea how much that means to our family. You have no idea. Thank you so much. She doesn't need pity. I want her to understand that I'm working hard for her and I'm working hard for myself as well. And that she knows I'm gonna be there for her, no matter what.
3 years ago, Aaron became the first pediatric patient in the state of Alabama admitted into a medical marijuana trial. That treatment has helped reduce Aaron's seizures. As for Isaac, he broke his right elbow late in the second half of Purdue's first-round win Friday. Yesterday, he participated, though, in light drills wearing a brace. He's doubtful for today's game, but is planning to warm up with the team before a final decision is made.
When we return, the most dominant athletes of the last 2 decades, according to ESPN magazine. 2 of these athletes didn't make the top 20.